Alright, I am going to be showing you how to get to an easy round 100 on Liberty Falls. First of all, we are going to get set up with the GS45 with dual wield. It doesn't matter how else you set it up as long as you have dual wield. You're going to want Mr. Peaks as your field upgrade. You can have whatever melee weapon you want. I am choosing the pickaxe. But first, let's get into the augments, like the must needs that are definitely going to be something that you are wanting for this strategy. First of all, with Stamina Up, we're going to want Hot Foot and then Free Faller. Those two are very important because we're going to be camping on a ledge, and if we fall off the ledge, we don't want to take any extra damage that we don't want to take. And then you're going to choose Probiotic and Hardened Plates. Again, this is really up to you. You can choose Reactive Armor if you want. I personally like Probiotic for this strategy. Melee Macchiato is a very important one because when the Manglers spawn in and we get a little overwhelmed, we are going to want to melee them dead. So a great one is Stick and Move. And then Espresso, all melee attacks are slightly faster, which is definitely going to help out. Speed Cola, you want your field upgrade to recharge faster with Supercharge, so that is also vital. You're also going to want Fast Pitcher because we're going to be using Casimir's and we want to be able to throw those out as fast as possible. Vulturade is a really important one. We're going to want Fetid Upgrade so that we can charge our field upgrade when zombies are killed in the fog or the little mist. And then the Picky Eater so that we can get more Casimir's with every shot. With this strategy, we're going to completely avoid double tap. I know it sounds crazy, but we're going to completely avoid it. No double tap whatsoever. We do not want double tap. That is it for perks. We do, if you really want, make sure you have Vulnera Bean on, just because it will help with that elemental damage with the Manglers and the Abominations. But on to ammo mods. For Napalm Burst, this is something that is vital because Napalm Burst actually has had a buff, which is going to be really important. We're going to want to use Thermite, which will increase the burn effect, and then Extension, which is increase the burn duration. And if you also want, you can use Incendiary. It just depends. We're going to put on Incendiary just so that there are more chances that the burn effect can spread, which can clear out entire hordes just because of the buff. But the number one most important thing right now is in the Mr. Peaks, we want Arcane Fury. Mr. Peaks has become a master of the elements. So this is actually going to really help us out with Abominations and Manglers in this strategy. And then we're going to go to Party Animal so that he can dance a little bit longer, distract the zombies more. But those are the augments that we're going to for sure want. And then let's get into the strategy. Let's load up a game right now. We're going to go into Solo, Liberty Falls. Again, make sure you have the GS45 with dual wield equipped. You can choose whatever Gobblegum you want. I prefer Shock Charge and Semtex, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be picking up Casimir's as soon as we possibly can. So let's get into it. Okay, to start this off, I'm going to activate the Rampage Inducer. You definitely do not have to if you don't want to. I just do it just so I can get the early rounds kind of done with. And then obviously the GS45s are not the best thing in the world for early rounds until you get them pack punched, so I'm just going to use my melee weapon. We're also going to want to upgrade this melee weapon as much as we possibly can, so that is something to be of note. And then we're also going to enjoy this Rampage Inducer, and we're going to get through some rounds. Once I'm a little bit more set up, I'll come back and then show you exactly what we want to be able to be doing, but also make sure to build the jet gun as we go through this strategy, because the jet gun is going to be essential, and so is the Mr. Peaks field upgrade. Again, like I said, avoid double tap at all costs. It makes the jet gun waste its ammo a lot faster than we actually want, and that is something we want to completely avoid. Okay, so this goes without saying, but we're going to be buying PhD pretty much immediately. The reason is because we are going to be pack punching the GS45s, and those obviously are explosive, and we do not want to die. So we're going to get that, and then we're going to start the jet gun upgrade right now. Sorry, not upgrade, but build. What we're going to do is we're going to open up the church, get the GS45s pack punched immediately, and then we can continue with this strategy. Most of it is going to be taking place on the roof of the bank, which is something really important that I will show you. If you do want to get it faster, I always recommend doing the SAM trials. They actually got buffed, so they have a lot more potential for killing. But not only that, the rewards have been buffed also, so you'll get even more salvage than you used to, even more points, and a higher chance at a perk or a ether tool. So I always recommend going for these. They are a lot better than they used to be at launch. So that is a big, important thing to look at. Look at this. Okay, see, look, I've got more salvage than normal. Usually it's about 50, but they've actually buffed it. And then I also got a lot more points. Okay, as you can see, I am currently upgrading or building the jet gun with the water valve. I'm surprised no zombies have come yet, but I'm going to release this. Mr. Peaks is going to help me a little bit. Just so it can distract and kill the zombies. But look, if you can see, he is hitting the elements, and that is actually what's going to save us a lot here, but also a lot throughout this entire strategy. Very useful, very important to know that Mr. Peaks and his field upgrade is really going to save you a lot of time. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you what I want you to do in order to open up into the bank to get Juggernog. We're going to blow up this barricade on the roof, and then we're going to come down here, and you can actually see that you can open the door to the freeze shop, which, let's open this, the yummy freeze shop right here now allows us to get into the bank, but the doors are closed. So this is a very well-known strategy, but very important for this strategy. It'll help spawn rates, so make sure to do not open these doors or you will ruin the whole thing in terms of spawn rates, and then it will take 4 times as long, and then when you back off the roof sometimes, zombies will be down there ready to kill you. Okay, so the strategy is going to start literally camping right here. As you can see, I've already kind of started doing that. But tapping the jet gun is literally going to be the best way to do this. But if you can see, I also have Casimir's, which is going to be really important, because if I ever get overrun or my jet gun's about to overheat, I can just take a Casimir and throw it right outside of this door, this little window, which is going to give me time for the jet gun to reboot, but also it's going to kill plenty of zombies, help with the Mangler, and then obviously with Picky Eater on the Vulturade, it's going to make it so that there's going to be infinite supply of Casimirs. And also another get out of jail free card is obviously you can just jump down by a mutant injection, or you can just throw out your Mr. Peaks, which is going to be vital to this strategy. So just make sure you're always aware that you've got Mr. Peaks. You're going to use him as much as you possibly can, and then you've also got Casimirs, which you're going to use as much as you possibly can. So make sure, see, as I'm about to go down, you have Napalm Burst on your guns, and then I need to get some Speed Cola just so that I'm not running into any more pain here. But Napalm Burst is what abominations are or have a weakness to, so it's going to really help with the abominations, but also it's lucky that Manglers are also weak to this. You can use the alternate fire for the jet gun. You also have an ammo cache right in front of you, so you're just going to keep doing this over and over. You can also, especially on bug rounds or whatever you feel it's a little bit slower, pull out your Mustang and Sally and just go to town shooting zombies. Look at that. We've got Wonder Fizz. We're going to buy Vulturade and Speed Cola with also some stamina up. Remember to avoid double tap. I keep reiterating it because there's so many runs that I've had where I've just ruined it for myself because I buy double tap. So basically I'm just going to sit here. You're going to see I'm only on around 25, but I'm going to be throwing stuff here. My field upgrade is going to charge. You can get as many nukes as you want. It doesn't really matter. But my field upgrade is charging in this smoke while I'm in it. To kill this Mangler, just shoot them real quick. If they ever blast you off the edge, I've got that stamina field upgrade that's going to allow it so that I don't take any damage. And then watch, we're going to throw a Casimir. Basically going to help out with the Mangler. Going to kill the Mangler. It's literally just going to do this over and over and over again. And then if I ever have a very, very tricky situation, we always got to remember I've got a mutant injection, which is a great way to have that get out of jail free. So I've got multiple get out of jail frees. I've got Casimir's, I've got my Jet Gun secondary blast, I've got Mr. Peaks, and I also have immune injection, which is obviously how we're going to be able to survive in the super high rounds. But let's skip forward a few rounds and you can see how I'm doing and what I'm doing with this exact strategy that I'm doing now. All right, so I've gotten to a high enough round. We're just going to go show you round 40. What I do, oh, perfect, an abomination, exactly what I didn't want to happen. I am actually not so basically with abominations, I run around not at all expecting this, because I don't actually have what I want, but I just picked this up. Basically, got to use Mr. Peaks, and then we're also going to use my GS45s with this on it, Napalm Burst Triple Packed Orange, to basically just chip away at the health of this abomination. Mr. Peaks is still going. Refill some ammo. We want to be able to get rid of the abomination without compromising everything. I also do like picking up nukes as much as possible just because it can speed up the round. Abomination's down. And then, okay, so let's just use this round as an example. I've got 2 Casimirs ready. I sit here in this little corner with my triple pack punched jet gun. We're going to wait for these zombies to spawn. Remember, I always have get out of jail if I just drop down here and it won't damage me at all. I like to throw a Casimir here. It helps with the manglers a little bit, but it also just clears out a good chunk of the horde that doesn't need to be there. And then obviously here I am just tapping this, waiting for my Mr. Peaks to charge. And guess what? He's ready. I'll pop him. I'll still be able to use Mr. Peaks and the jet gun at the same time. He's going to be going around while I'm killing with the jet gun. This is literally it. It gets kind of crazy. But look at that. And then I'll sit in this cloud just to help my Mr. Peaks upgrade. I can drop down here. Again, no damage because of that. And I will pick up my mutant injection. And then I've got to go all the way back around as fast as I can. And we're just going to do that over and over and over again. It's honestly not as boring as it seems, but it gets you a lot of XP, lots of kills. Let's see. Let's try to pick that up. Oh no, it's just a war machine, so I'm fine. I don't have that extra Casimir, but that doesn't matter because I can just sit here, sit in this a little bit, charge up Mr. Peaks, get the nuke just to help us out a little bit. We can actually pull out our GS45s and kill the manglers that have spawned in. Mr. Peaks is almost ready to go. And then basically just do it over and over again. I also have my mutant injection ready. I think that's going to be best for abominations. But I think I might be able to get through this round. No, I'm going to pop my Mr. Peaks while I'm still able to pull out my jet gun. Goodbye, Mr. Peaks. It's really nice because he charges up pretty darn quick. And while he's still active, you're actually charging the field upgrade at the same time. So, jet gun. I've got another Casimir ready. I always like to keep one extra on hand just as a get out of jail. So I only throw them when I have 2. He's going. And the good thing about mutant or Casimirs is when they kill zombies or manglers, they will drop you score streaks just as if they were killed by something else. Because if you're in a score streak and you kill a mangler, it will not actually give you a mutant injection or the possibility of one. So being able to use that to get a Mangler kill is always good. Throw down Mr. Peaks. Double points. We always love it. Mr. Peaks is doing his thing while I'm sucking with the jet gun. The Manglers are just stunned this whole time, so they're not really going to be able to get to me. But Mr. Peaks is going to be able to make light work of them. And honestly, that is the strategy. Death machines are also great for Abomination, so if one spawns in, let's pull out my death machine just to show you. One thing about this is it's sometimes hard to pick up the salvage just because it collects in such an area. But other than that, it's pretty good. Perfect. For Vermin Round, for a Vermin Round, I just pull out my GS45s. And I can make pretty quick work of this by just training just like normal. And just doing my regular thing here as if it were old school zombies where I can just train and not have to worry about getting slapped to pieces. So GS45s are great. And it doesn't really matter about my ammo because I'll get us some max ammo at the end of this. Look at all that. Just a few more. Boink, boink. And my last one is over here. Ta-da! Okay, and so basically what I'm going to do is just end it right here. You've obviously seen the proof. I'm at 54. It is quite easy to get to this area. Let's actually just pull this out. Mutant inject. And then kill the Abomination. Abomination down. But basically, just do that. It's honestly really fun. It can be a little tedious, so if you don't like sitting in an area and camping, this is not the strategy for you, but it will get you to round 100 and a lot farther beyond that if you really want to get to a higher round than that. But it's up to you. This should be able to sustain you for as many rounds as you possibly want. If you can see, I am pretty much at health cap with zombies. They're super sprinting, they're fast, and I'm still able to just easily dominate this and make it super easy for me. My mutant injection is done. Slide right off. Never underestimate how good Semtexes are. They're very good. And the good thing about the jet gun is you can plate up while using it. But if you like this strategy, it would be much appreciated if you commented. See if you tried this. Let me know. Like the video and also subscribe if you want to stay up to date with more of these strategies, especially with Black Ops 7 coming through really soon. So again, thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I'm trying to do this while concentrating on this, and we are good to go. Sweet! Make sure to keep plating up, watch your Mr. Peaks, and never stop using him. Thank you so much.